Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Sorry for the last video. I guess the audio was not going so well, but I fixed the problem. I believe I did. But I want to get into this topic again. Let me hit it one more time. And that is beware of narcissistic isolation tactics. What I mean by beware of the narcissistic isolation tactics is when you meet someone and it seems that things are going just fine, but slowly but surely, their words will not match with their actions. And then on top of that too, the narcissist will first start out with giving equal give and take, as far as if you two don't live with each other just yet, they will come to your house, you come to their house, and then will be an equal give and take. Kind of like tennis. You hit the ball on one side, another person hits the ball back to your side. And it's a bounce, it's a back and forth type of deal, a fair interaction. But the narcissist will slowly but surely get to the point where they want you to be on their home turf more so than yours. And that is where they have you to come to their place more often than not. And you have to keep coming to their place over and over and over. And they barely ever come to your place anymore. And what that does is that sets up the foundation of getting you to pretty much disregard your own loved ones and basically putting the narcissist and their family or friends ahead of everyone else in your life. And I think this is a bad idea, because what it can do is it can cost you valuable time with loved ones, especially if we're talking about elders. Let's say you have a grandparent or somebody that has cared for you for a long time. They love you to death. You know where their heart stands with you. You understand their belief in you. You really do get that. You feel that. They don't just say, I love you in a shallow way, but they show you with their actions. Be careful when a narcissist is coming into your life, because they're going to try to get you to where you're going to be all about them. You're going to be on a hamster wheel just for them, always being on their home turf and barely on yours. And let's say, per se, that, this has happened to me, to where the narcissist that I met just so happened to coincide within the last year that I would ever have with my granny. And it cost me dearly, because I gave up so much time, so much valuable time that I could have used to, love on my grandma and to keep on paying it back and keep it paying it forward for all the times that she had taken care of me, all the times that she had sacrificed her time to make sure I was okay. And I sacrificed that last year without even realizing what was happening, because the narcissist had me in a hamster wheel. The narcissist had me in a trance of trying to prove that I was good enough for her and her family. I put so much time trying to fit in a box, in this selfish idealization phase that this narcissist was trying to keep me in. She was trying to keep me inside of a box for her own selfish needs of having me be there for her and prove myself to her. But she was barely doing that for me. It was barely an equal give and take. And, there will be times when she would ask me to come to see her. And, my granny would be sitting in her room watching TV. I remember plenty of times walking out to the front door, and my grandmother's bedroom was by the front door. And there would be times when I just would say, you know what, maybe I should just tell her, tell my girlfriend that that I want to stay home with my grandma for the day. There are so many times I wish I could have just said that. But I was dealing with someone that would constantly threaten to remove her presence from me, or constantly threaten to end the relationship if I didn't do exactly what she wanted to do at that time. Or she would guilt trip me with the whole, she felt abandoned by me if I said I couldn't make it something, or couldn't do something with her on her turf, of course. There seemed like it would be a consequence with that. And at that time, despite having a bit of confidence, my confidence wasn't fully developed at that time frame. I still felt like I needed to prove myself to people, especially to the opposite sex, definitely. And if I could take it back, if I could go back in time, rewind the time frame, and just simply said, no, I'm going to stay and spend some time with my granny, I wish I could have done it. But it's been many years past since then. It's been many years past, and that's something I can't take back. So with this message here, I'm trying to tell people, if you meet someone and it seems like there's always an ultimatum, there's always a threatening to remove their presence from your life in some way, shape, or form, just because you can't make it to something that has to do where they live at, that's convenient for them only. If they constantly are trying to keep you only with their friends and family and with them, but it's never a two-way streak. Or let's say the narcissist just met you, and then within a year, they're already trying to convince you to go move away, to either move and live with them, or trying to get you to move into a completely different state where you don't have a support system worth a damn. You don't know anyone except them. I'm thinking that's a bad choice. But if they are a loving, caring person and you both are on equal terms with that situation, you both want to get away, especially let's say if you are a person that has not, moved away from family just yet, but your family doesn't really understand you, and it's kind of a burden to even be around them most of the time because they don't understand you. Okay, then, fine. I can see a situation like that. But if you're, let's say like for my situation, my elder was my granny, and I knew exactly where she stood with me. She understood me through and through. She was my first best friend I ever made in this world. And instead of spending the last bit of time with her for her last year, I spent my time trying to chase this person that I was dating at the time, trying to be at her beck and call, trying to match into what her worldview was for me. But it was just a way for her to control things with me because she wanted to be a slave driver, basically, and basically make me into her own personalized prop to bring in front of her family to prove something to somebody that I did not even meet, most likely an ex from her past, or trying to prove something to somebody that I did not know even existed at the time. And it cost me because when the relationship was going downhill, and when she decided to go ahead and go on about her business because she got me to react in some type of bad way, she finally got some type of reactive abuse to happen with me, for me to act out of character. Finally, she got something to happen. She was quick to get out of the situation so fast and drop it like it never even meant anything. And then, a little after this breakup, a month after, I'm trying so hard to lick my wounds and trying to pick myself up, trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces again. My granny just so happens to die the next month. So on top of that loss of getting out of that illusion with that narcissist, now I lost my best friend on top of this. And I thought I had so much more time with this person. I thought I at least had more time with my granny at least. But it turned out to be not that way. I sacrificed time that I could never get back. And for what? Nothing but a broken heart and bad memories to boot. So, what I'm trying to say for anybody who may be looking at this and may be watching this, please be careful of the isolation tactics that a narcissist might employ when they're trying to keep you underneath their grip. They're trying to keep you in their grasp in their life to where they can control you, control your emotions, control how you move, control how you think, control how you love, control where your attention goes. And all the while, they don't plan on keeping you. They don't plan on cherishing you. They just plan to use you, abuse you, and then leave you and get rid of you as soon as their emotions change, as soon as their needs change, they change. I'm telling you, you got to be careful with this. Don't allow someone to isolate you. Don't allow someone that you just met to all of a sudden take all the precedence in your life. Don't do that. Especially if their words are matching and with their actions, and this is an actual genuine person that really cares for you, and you can tell it by what they do and what they say and all that, okay, I understand investing. But under no circumstances do you ever do this for a narcissist that does not truly love you worth a damn. Don't do it. Because I'm telling you, if you give up all of your precious time for someone that truly loves you, and for a narcissist or someone who is truly self-centered, it's going to hurt you so bad when they decide to drop you. They drop you, and then you realize that you had just a little bit of time left with your loved one, and you sacrificed all of that time just for this selfish person. That is truly heartbreaking. That is unforgivable, damn near. I'm telling you, it's going to hit you so bad. So please, don't do that. Analyze the situation. Analyze this person's intentions towards you. Are they worth their salt? That's what you have to ask yourself. And act accordingly. Don't do it just because this narcissist looks handsome or pretty. They ain't going to get it. That cannot be their only qualifications. Their actions have to match with their words. I'm telling you, if you don't do this, if you make the poor decision to invest in the wrong thing, the wrong person, and neglect the people that actually love you and have your back, you're going to have regrets. And it's going to take a long time for you to repair and forgive yourself about that. Don't fall into that. Please take this advice and run with it. And have a good day. Bye-bye.